You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The 2025-26 college football regular season has come to a close with last Saturday marking conference championship weekend. There were a few upset wins that led to new conference champions, which caused significant reshuffling among the final 12 programs competing for the national championship in January. What are y'all's overall thoughts on championship weekend, and did the committee get it right with the 12 teams they selected to battle it out for the Natty? So the college football ranking order matchups, first round buys, we have Indiana, number 1, Ohio State, 2nd, Georgia, 3rd, Texas Tech, 4th. And then James Madison got in, but they will be playing Oregon, who's number 5. Alabama will be playing Oklahoma, and Tulane will be playing Ole Miss, and Miami will be playing Texas. So that's the matchups we have.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, yes.
Okay, yeah. I was making sure because I thought so. Yeah.
Arch not in there.
This is football, not basketball, bro. Like, we don't want the NCAA March Madness shit in football. We don't do that shit over here, people, with football. We don't do that basketball.
But it's going to happen, Lou, so I don't know why you starting out there.
I'm saying the reason that I'm saying that is James Madison and Tulane should not be in this tournament. Like, Notre Dame has a right to their gripe. Vanderbilt has a right to their gripe. Like, these are teams that have been going out. Texas. These are teams that have been going out competing against top major teams this whole season, and they're telling us because of some formula that they created that James Madison and Tulane should be in here. That's insane. That don't make any sense. And I understand why Notre Dame responded the way that they did. Like, we ain't fucking with you. Fuck y'all. But they also have a clause saying that they would, as long
that's
as
what I'm saying,
team, they're gonna be in the tournament. So I feel like it's just theater, Nick. Like, you get where I'm going with it. Notre Dame saying, "Oh, we ain't playing in it this year, but for the next 6 years, it's guaranteed. As long as we do what we did, we're gonna be in this." They need to get a better grip on what the playoff is, because no one wants to see James Madison play in this game. This is not the NCAA double tournament. Like, we don't want to see that in football. We want to see the best teams competing for the championship. That means Vanderbilt, Texas, teams like that should have been in this tournament. Notre Dame should have been in this tournament, and they have a right to be pissed off because they not. You don't put James Madison in this shit. I don't care what the rules say. I don't care what y'all wrote. I don't care what agreement y'all came to.
Right.
James Madison and Tulane should not be in this tournament.
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm going to be watching really those games, though, closely, because I want to see if they're going to at least show up. It needs to be a competitive game no matter what. If it's not, then we know, like you said, Lou, they had no business there anyway. Because we know we would have got a more competitive game out of Texas. Or like we said, Texas, definitely Vanderbilt with their quarterback. We would have loved to have seen that. As opposed to seeing some of these games. Who knows anybody on the James Madison roster, Tulane roster, none of those guys, I don't know. And and it could be a Cinderella story, who knows? And if it is, then it makes sense. But I don't see that, and I don't see how it's going to play out the way it makes sense. But in the end, I like the way everything else shapes out. I like Indiana at 1, Ohio State at 2. So you may get that matchup again. That'll be really, really good to watch. So I'll be excited for these playoffs. I want to see what some of these teams can do.
I think it's egregious that I was upset at Notre Dame and Miami bitching, especially when people were talking about Alabama shouldn't even be in. And I was like, they don't watch college football if you saying that.
You biased.
I'm just saying, like, their wins are better than Ohio State's.
They got 3 losses. They should.
I'm just saying they beat the SEC champion earlier that season. Nonetheless, Bama's win, so I ain't arguing about Bama. I was upset at Notre Dame because I'm like Lou was saying, I think he was trying to be funny. Notre Dame was acting like that baby mama where she always saying, "Fuck you, I don't want to be with your ass," and then she ended up sleeping right in your bed that night, nigga. You coming right back, nigga. Get in the fucking conference if you want to bitch. You was like the only reason why you don't want to get in the conference because NBC paying all your bills right now. So there's that. Miami shouldn't even. They were arguing with Notre Dame about getting in the playoffs. That tells you how their season went. So my thing is, but once you hear Tulane and James Madison, I'm like, I thought that was a sex site that got exposed a few years ago. Who the fuck is this? What university is this, nigga? Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Yeah, those are bye weeks for Oregon and whoever else is. Who was it? Texas A&M or whoever else playing Tulane. Those are Ole Miss. Yeah, so those are bye weeks for those programs. Ole Miss needed it because they lost their head coach too. So at least they'll get that win. But I'm more worried about second round. That's when the big boys is gonna play. So I think once we get past the first round, we'll be good with the playoffs. I think the playoffs are always gonna have some goofball shit because they don't know what the fuck they doing.
I want to, before y'all go, you're right. The second round is gonna be the round, but with a 12-team playoff, it's not 64 teams. And they trying to do some NCAA basketball type shit. Like, we should be excited about the first round. This has the potential. College football playoff, if they seed it right and have the right teams in there, has the potential to be one of the biggest things in sports, even bigger than March Madness. Yes. And y'all try to force James Madison and Tulane to us. Nobody wants to see that shit to watch football, bro.
Right,
bro. They're going. It's getting worse because if they really gave a fuck about quality football, they would have just made. They would have went from 4 to 8, not 4 to 12. They're gonna go to 12 to 16. I'm gonna say it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna be 24 eventually.
24 before,
and they're gonna start the playoffs at the top of December. It's 25 days of the playoffs before Christmas Day.
Yeah,
facts.
Yep, and that's tough though.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I saw with Notre Dame, and I don't know if y'all saw this, but they were saying that Notre Dame opted out of a bowl, not because they were bitching. They opted out, which I don't know if this is true, but they opted out so they could get a head start on the transfer portal and the next season.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah. It is. You think so? I didn't know. I'm saying that's why. Yeah.
Wait, no, it's bullshit. But I'm Notre Dame. I'm not going to play in the fucking Gator Tooth Bowl to do what y'all want me to do. And I can go recruit and do better stuff over here on the back end and be in the playoff next year. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, and while these teams are playing,
I'm not doing it. It makes no sense.
But you acting like you have a choice.
They do have a choice.
I'm saying Notre Dame is acting like that. They're going to concede to whatever rules the college football play. The reason why they stopped playing the bowl game this year is because they know next year they don't have to worry about this ever again. They're automatically going to get a bid because they don't play in the conference and they're going to beat up on the bums on their schedule and they're just going to be in the playoffs.
The point is they do have a choice though.
The choice is a petty choice that shows how elitist and fucking goofy they are.
That did that. They're the only school like Arizona State who ain't elitist and they like I ain't playing in either. Auburn is not playing in bowl games.
Neither of those schools have the prestige of Notre Dame. So
Auburn has a prestige. They have a prestige.
Listen, to Cam Newton, it's not to us. It's not to Notre Dame, nigga.
When a bowl game asks Auburn to come, they think in their fan base and the prestige of Auburn is going to come to their place. Yeah, they thinking that's a good thing. Auburn like, nah, fuck that. We're not doing it. We just gonna focus on the transport portal.
And we'll see. And Auburn ain't been shit. And Auburn still ain't gonna be shit next year. We can bet money on it. Yeah, like what? Bruh, did they win? They did. All right, then. So it's the same shit, different story. My thing is this: Notre Dame ain't shit. They some bitch ass niggas. I do fuck with Marcus Freeman, but I'm hoping that he leaves somewhere else. Well, what happened, kid? What they say he did?
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about you. You turning your back on him.
No, I'm just saying. I don't fuck with bitch assness when it comes to my sports, bro. That's some bitch ass shit, bro.
Ain't no bitch assness about that, bro.
It is
because you could be in here. All the weeks that y'all put out all the shit y'all was doing in these back rooms and smoking rooms, y'all told me I was supposed to be in. And now because Alabama got embarrassed in the SEC championship game, and y'all acting like, oh, well, we don't want people to stop playing the conference championship game, so we ain't gonna punish Alabama. Alabama shouldn't be in this playoff, bro. They lost 3 games. And Notre Dame is looking at it like, okay, if y'all not fucking with us, I ain't doing none of this.
But
I fuck with that.
Lou, then my thing is, then you should have beat Miami game 1 when you was down. Listen. I won 8 straight games. If you're gonna talk about the season, let's talk about the season. Don't bitch at me about the shit that you didn't get done, and now you asking to come in. Like that don't make no sense. You didn't win your games, and I did
what I was supposed to do.
No, you did not.
But y'all let Alabama in, but y'all don't want to set a precedent.
If they would have beat, if everything was the same and they beat Miami, bro, they end the playoffs. So that's all I'm saying.
The only thing about this is I did what I was supposed to do if I was Notre Dame. Yes, I did lose to them early in the season, but I did win 8 straight games. What y'all are trying to do as the committee is say, we want you to continue this money grab in the conference championship and keep playing in them, Alabama, and it not affect you if you lose. You went and got embarrassed in that conference championship. No, you shouldn't be in the college football playoff. It's over. But because they want teams to continue to play in conference championships and to continue to get that money grab, they'll say, oh no, Alabama, we're not going to punish you for getting embarrassed by Georgia in the conference championship game. That's the only reason.
Lou, this was some complete fuck shit by the committee. First of all, Alabama did all that bitching, whining, and moaning. Their fans did all that shit last year as well, complaining and moping because they didn't get in. One on this program too, and the committee listened loudly, and they didn't want to make that mistake again. But now they have the same issue that's going to happen next year because of what Notre Dame do. I completely support what Notre Dame did. Because the other part of what they're doing is that they're saying that this is also ESPN trying to have their cake. What's the saying? Have their cake eat it too, where they have television deals attached to this, where if Notre Dame plays in this bowl on ESPN, then they still get paid. So they're trying to have Alabama in the bowl and Notre Dame on this other thing so they can have it both ways. Fuck all that shit, bro. None of the shit that they said made sense. If you watch the moves, everything they did was very deliberate and intentional. They barely beat Auburn. Who is a losing team. And they moved them up a spot just in case they lost to Georgia. And they lost to Georgia. And not only did they not drop them or penalize them for that, they stayed in the same spot. This, for me, is not about Miami being over Notre Dame because Miami beat Notre Dame. That's fine. But for me, when you say, oh, we're not going to move them down the spot, but when you take another team that was ranked, I think BYU, didn't BYU lose? And then you move BYU down for losing in the same conference championship game. How does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense.
You don't want to penalize Alabama for losing, but yet you penalize BYU and use them as a way to get the other
I ended my statement saying that college football playoffs.
Your mic ain't working. It's probably for good reason.
I said the college football play. Yeah, nigga, you need to turn your volume up. Hear what I'm saying? The college football playoffs, they don't know what the fuck they doing. None of this shit really makes sense because nobody plays the same games even in the same conference. So trying to figure out the best strategy mathematically doesn't really make sense. I just want to see the best competition. Like Lou said, that I think we all agree. Tulane and James Madison should not be in this fucking race at all.
I don't care. I seen in the chat. I don't care if they won 11th grade. I don't give 2 fucks about James Madison Pass, what they got going on, what type of program they building. I do not care. I do know that they can't beat Vanderbilt. They can't beat some of the teams that was missed out of this playoff. So for them to be thrown in there to try to throw some type of, oh, this is basketball, March Madness field. Basketball and football are 2 different things, bro. I know James Madison can't beat whoever they playing against. I know that. I know Tulane already got beat by 40 points versus Ole Miss. They shouldn't be there. And the teams that's supposed to be there in the playoff championship, and that's how we're gonna get the best thing.
And Notre Dame gets to handpick everything they do for their damn football program. So let's not. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The bitching only is coming from the Miami Notre Dame conversation. the Tulane James Madison is just more about the format in general. So I don't really think it's about those schools. I think it's just the format in general. It doesn't make sense. Because like you mentioned, Ken, why should you get penalized for making it to your college conference championship game? That proves that you are a good to great team. So you shouldn't get penalized for that. But my thing is, if Notre Dame won their games, they would be all right. That's your fault for losing. Don't blame losing on me.
They only lost 2, Nick.
Right.
They lost less
8 straight. And it was
Alabama lost more.
To the biggest teams.
No, they did not. No, they did not. No, I'm talking about Notre Dame. Notre Dame didn't lose to no big team.
Texas. They lost to Texas.
And then who else?
Your man's.
And then who else?
Exactly.
Drink your Pinot Grigio, nigga. Bama has beaten the better teams that's on either one of their schedules. So
Bama is trash. They just got in there off some weird.
Listen, hey kid,
pedigree.
Kid, the South gonna rise again with Bama, bro. Listen, Bama,
that ain't Saban's bad. Bama don't Nick. That's the whole thing.
It isn't. That's why
that ain't same Bama,
bro.
Yeah, if it was Saban, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say if it was Saban's Bama, then I would say okay, well it makes sense because we know Saban can pull a rabbit out of a hat, but I don't. The board ain't no slouch, Saban. Bro. He is not no slouch. Just because you telling me he's not considered one of the greatest college football coaches or football coaches in history doesn't mean shit to me. He can beat Oklahoma.
The board is trash. Yeah. And this is me hating. Moving on.
They lost to real quick. They lost to Miami and Texas A&M, both playoff teams. They beat everybody else 8 straight games.
Who did they beat?
Nigga,
and name me somebody who's ranked on their schedule.
USC.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.